knucks are getting bumped. Like the King's. Man, yeah, King's hair is getting larger and wrong.
All right, here we go. Rookie doubles final. We will be focusing on the foosball.
Okay, as that's getting focused in the back of the goal, up 1-0. Now, Donaldson and Tiffany have to win two out of 3 sets.
Yep.
That's a double dip in the elimination style of play.
Well, that bank off that goalie rod, for the curious, 100% intentional. He set it up on the outside.
Oh, yeah.
He'll do it again here. He'll just try to whack it off either the not intentional. The outside wall, also on the inside, but the outside is definitely a better option from there.
Shari, a player that just started on tour, just started about a year ago or so, she said. I believe this is her second year.
I don't think she's in her second year yet. If we're going by calendar years, this is her second year. But I think her first tournament was like May or April or something like that. Yeah. So to be here in the rookie doubles final, pretty cool.
It is. King. Like he's, wow.
It's like the reverse jet, right?
Yeah, what do you think of that? I mean,
I think you're limiting yourself. Anytime you start a shot that is a front pin shot, if you start it all the way over to either side, I think you're limiting your range. Now, obviously, with a pull shot, you have to do it that way because you're pulling the ball across the table. But with a front pin, he tries to get in that bank. So I guess he's doing this from both sides, by the way. But yeah, I think that if you're shooting a front pin shot, you need to be not against the wall because you limit your range.
So Shari's first tournament was Moneyball last year, so this is the beginning of her second calendar year, I guess, in foosball. Is that how that would work? This marks the anniversary?
I mean, if you just really want me to be wrong, then I'll just say I'm wrong.
No, I just don't understand. That's what he says. I just don't know what the difference is.
I'm kidding. Yeah, no, that sounds about right. I trust Bob.
Year.
I trust Bob.
Okay.
I trust Bob with that.
You trust that dude owes you $2, though.
He does owe me $2. You're right.
Last year, the Moneyball was just down the street, Crown Plaza. This hotel, though, very much enjoying it. Pull shot now.
Yeah, and this is something that you see often.
Timeout. Let's talk about that, Clay. I want to hear your thoughts.
Help me say this in a way that you know I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
There are certain things you see in certain divisions, and something that you'll often see in rookie, amateur, sometimes expert, is early in the match, different shots, a variety, all the different things that they can do, want to do, all this stuff. And he's had 4 or so possessions. He's had 4 or so different shots already.
Yeah.
And I think you're limiting yourself, especially this early in the match. You're limiting yourself by doing that. So pick a shot and go with it. And if it doesn't work, stick with it. And then if you need to change. But you shouldn't come out and just try on all the shoes. And it's just my opinion. What do you think?
I know I would agree with that. And I think that you touched on that as far as saying that it's an experience thing.
Yeah.
Because especially as you go higher in experience and higher through the levels that you're playing against, the switching stuff is just not going to work.
Right.
People are going to be able to adjust immediately. That might work at the lower experience levels. And I don't like saying, ranks.
I'm,
you know what I mean?
Staying away from lower. And
yeah.
Just in rookie and amateur and maybe even expert.
Because it might feel comfortable to you to do that. It might feel comfortable to set up dead bar on a roller like that.
Yeah.
But in actual effect here is Tiffany sends that right into the man, but gets the ball again. Now he's switching too. So you see that, though, right?
Yeah.
It's not uncommon.
And that's something you learn with time because in a situation like this, that could very well cost you a game. And if you go down a game, that's tough to win the match.
Right. So they go up 3-1 now in this first game.
Back to the roller.
So
what I would like to see come to the table, and at a minimum, your first 3 possessions on your 3-bar, at a minimum, your first 3 need to be from a series that you've practiced, that you know you're going to do. And then after 3, then honestly, you could probably go a little bit more. It's the second timeout. I like seeing timeouts at 3-1.
Yep.
And in general, just like seeing folks in this event maintain control, time management.
Good
And
table.
Foosball Marty said, or Foozer Marty, is that Marty or Martyr? Looks like Marty.
Marty.
Says you must stick with one main series and pass series in order to progress. I think you can learn a bunch in practice. I think you can learn a lot of things when you're not in a tournament. And then once you get to the table, and especially it's the rookie double finals. And I think it's show up, try a tool out. Doesn't work, then you can start messing around. Hey, Marty Fagan, what's cracking, man? How you doing? Welcome on in. I was looking at the wrong screen, and I couldn't tell if that was Marty or Martyr. And I was like, what a name. Foozer, I'm a martyr for foosball. But no, it's just foosball Marty.
Oh.
I know Marty.
Cool.
He's beat my ass. Speaking of expert singles, I feel like he beat my ass several years ago at Bordeaux. I don't know. That's my memory. I don't know if it's accurate or not. I know I'm terrified of his pull shot. It's not a joke.
Yeah. Huh.
I think he's telling him, hey, take it easy on the movement there. Even though he got the ball on his 5-bar. Yeah. I'm glad to be watching foosball.
Yeah, me too.
Sorry to talk over you there.
I'm glad to not be holed up in my room.
Oh.
Oh, that was a beautiful 23 scoop.
He said doubles. Thanks for the correction.
Yeah. It was doubles.
Yeah.
Was it on Earth?
It was at Bordeaux. That much I know.
Weird having it running while at work. What do you mean weird? It's good. Put it on the PA. Let everybody hear.
Yeah. I'll honk.
I'll honk. I'll honk live.
I need to not do that. Why it's so quiet? I don't want them to hear me.
That was a nice 3-2 to a push kick option by Donaldson there to get the ball up to his partner, Tiffany.
Sticking with the shot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just an execution thing. He made a fair read, and I think she probably would have blocked it anyways. Just didn't quite execute the way that he wanted to.
Yeah, kind of horsed it just a bit.
Ooh.
Reels it in. King getting some breaks, switching back to his pole now after scoring, 2 rollers?
And he can do both. That's the thing. They're good shots.
Mm-hmm.
And back to the roller. Just a solid shot.
Yeah.
His roller is definitely better than his pull shot.
Yeah. Yeah, and he looks a lot more confident shooting it.
Yep. It's an easier shot, right?
4-1, game point. Quick shot. No dice. Another attempt. Nope. Thought he had a remote control in his pocket, but he does not. I love that pass.
Me too.
My bread and butter. Slingshot attempt.
That's what I would have done.
Yeah?
It is what I would have done.
No, I can't do that.
Yeah. That doesn't mean it's smart, by the way. I'm just saying.
But it's what I would have done.
So Alex has a pull shot as well. We played some pickup games early in the weekend.
Oh, yeah?
During setup, yeah.
Cool.
It's a nice pass. That's a jar there. And you're not going to see a lot of calls like that in rookie. Sometimes amateur, but I think folks don't always know. Hey, I just got jarred.
Mm-hmm.
So 4-1 in the first game. It's one of my favorite questions to ask. If Alex or Mike come over and say, hey, Adam, what do you see? What can I do? What if you're their homie sitting in the bleachers and they call timeout and ask, what would be 1 or 2 things that you would suggest?
I think literally take your time on the 3. And I don't mean just like take your time like the way I normally say take your time. I mean just literally do more than 2 or 3 seconds,
Yeah.
if that. Just for any other reason to change the rhythm.
Yeah.
Because that's huge. Donaldson's playing good back there. I think that I don't know. It's an interesting thing, his defensive posture against King's switching shots.
Nice shot there.
Pulls within 2. I would say quit giving him a pull side.
Yeah.
That's what I would tell. I'd say, Tiffany, sit longer on the 3. Donaldson, just camp on the pole. Put your pup tent out there and camp.
Nice shot on goal by Shari.
Ron, rollerball tonight? Yeah. Yeah, I'll be playing rollerball. I love that 3-bar bank attempt.
I do too, and that'll sneak in here because that defense. I don't think Shari and Dennis have the zone to block it. They're not in the right spot. So if Mike can execute that, it's a goal. That's their first goal of the game. He hadn't done it again since, but he can put that on goal. It's a goal.
That was a beautiful slider deep.
Yeah.
Donaldson, clutch block. Now, King has been living with the ball, though. And I think that's the other thing. I would be like, hey, get this out of your head. If it goes to the second game, get it out of your head how much he was just getting the possessions. It's not going to happen forever and ever.
That pull side is just gaping.
Yeah, he's like stacking. Timeout called.
That's their third timeout. And let's go ahead and see if anybody notices. I'm going to say no. That's the kind of things you got to really pay attention to, man. How many timeouts does your opponent have? How many do you have? Because this 4-2 on the 3-bar, he calls a third timeout. You say no, third timeout, and it's to your 5-bar. So he doesn't get this shot. Where does the ball go on a third timeout? All infractions go to the non-offending 5-bar, with one exception. I'll leave that to chat to try to figure out what that exception is. Technically, 2 exceptions, but I don't consider one of them an infraction. But yeah, all of them go to the opponent's 5-bar, or to the unoffending 5-bar. Of course, we got the pro master ruining the fun for all the people. Just coming out here with the correct answer.
Yeah.
And also,
Nerd.
Is it Clement? Is that how you pronounce that? Clement?
He said Clement or
Clement.
Clement. Yeah, he didn't.
That is also that's the second answer. That me and Arthur kind of went back and forth about whether or not it was an infraction if it's a penalty. But yeah, that's it. Everything else goes to the 5-bar. Super easy way to remember all of them is that they're the same. And again with the pull shot.
And again with the pull shot. Straight game 1 goes to Davis and King.
And the thing about that is, in his mind, and obviously I'm not speaking for him, but I'm saying as a player in that position, hey, it worked.
Mm-hmm.
I switched around and I scored. But the reality is, you had like 10 possessions,
Right.
11 possessions,
Yeah.
12 possessions.
Yeah.
I mean, you had a lot of shots.
Yeah.
And if I'm on the other side of the table and I'm passing and scoring, you don't get those.
Right. Right. And that really just kind of summarizes it, because what you're talking about is when you're playing somebody that's better, more experienced, and plays higher percentages, what works against the majority of people you play with is not going to keep on happening.
Right.
Sounds obvious.
Right.
But not necessarily. As Tiffany eases that up to his 3-man. It's got to be an experience for them, though. I don't know how many of them have ever been on pit table number 1 for finals with the bright lights and a big cube around them and our sonorous voices.
Dude, I
Up in the
remember my
airwaves.
first rookie double final.
Yeah?
Yeah. Texas State. My second year playing.
Wow. With
It
who?
was my second tournament ever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
With who?
James Wilkins. SoCal player. or maybe NorCal. I don't remember which part of California, but he lived in Texas for a while.
Mm.
And we won.
Good.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Donaldson wheeled that in nicely with a toe forward 2-bar, lightly held.
I like that. With the balls rolling back, notice his left hand. When the ball comes to his area, he jams the rod to either wall and toes back that man so the ball doesn't sneak in behind.
Just clean mechanics.
Yep. Back to the rollover.
Bob, for somebody who I haven't seen all weekend, I feel like I've been seeing you all weekend. I like it. Gold star. And a honk. 1-0 in favor of Davis and King.
Free possession here. Got to make this one count. There you go. And you sit on that for a good 4 or 5 seconds. You see what you want to see, and you go where you want to go.
Yep. It's like a Dr. Seuss book. 1-1. Oh, I hear the saddest sound of a foosball tournament, and everybody out there can probably relate.
Yeah, I don't like the drills.
Just means that they're starting to wrap up the tables. It's the last day.
I ain't trying to hear it.
What?
I ain't trying to hear it.
Monday. Huh?
That kid. And I interrupted you to make a funny that turned out to not be funny, but you can go back and look at Shari's goalie rod on that, and she did the opposite of what I was talking about with Mike. Where she didn't jam the wall and toe back. That would have kept that ball out.
Yeah. Back to the rollover. Rattles in 2-2.
If he would have blocked less of it, it would not have gone in.
And
That's
if
a
he would have blocked more of it.
Who knows? I like that pass. He's done that twice now.
Speaking to that,
Nice shot. Taking his time.
3-2. Easing down, really just smoothing out here. We've been talking about this a lot this weekend, Clay, but you just keep doing something until somebody stops you from doing it in foosball, and then go on. And I think that often happens. I think that might be a subconscious part of shot switching at the earlier levels. And you get blocked once or twice, and you think, oh, my gosh, the whole thing, let's just throw the whole bathwater out.
Yeah.
Unless you're Amaranth. Now,
Oh.
Tiffany. Wow. Scoopy scoop.
Those, yeah. He's doing that from every man on that rod.
His runner is deceiving.
That's a jar, too. What do you call there? You think so?
I didn't see it. I was looking at chat.
Nobody cares about them. No, I'm kidding. Ooh. We love chat. Actually, I'm curious for the folks in chat who are watching. It's the same question to you: if in that first game, or now, or whenever, if Mike Donaldson and Alex Tiffany come over and say, "Hey, what can I do here? What can I change?" What's your advice? Or to either side. I mean, it's 3-3 in game 2, so they're definitely in it with the second game, but they're behind 1-0. What are y'all seeing out there? What do you see?
I'm feeling nostalgic, and I'm just happy to see Donaldson, who's been playing for so long and been part of the community up here, still playing and still going at it here in this Rookie Dubs final.
We're back to the pull shot here.
Posts long, 3-3. Playing like he's double parked. I think you ruined that joke for me, Clay. You surpassed it, and what am I going to do now? Tiffany. Fight harder on 5-bar D versus King. Take away that lane for a while and race the wall, says Ronald Zilla.
It's a good coach to have right there.
It's a good coach to have. Not fun to play. Ooh, there's a slingshot.
All right. I was just about to say, it looks like that he's getting looser and feeling more comfortable, and his execution's getting better. And I think the slingshot is the dot that punctuates that thought.
Call the jar. Yes, and he responds 4-4. It's championship point for Shari Davis and Dennis King. Get goosebumps every time I say that.
And if I'm Alex's goalie right here, I have no concerns. I mean, he's been playing fine. He's passing, shooting. So it's 4-4 can feel scary, but it's just another ball.
Tiffany continues to impress with that little runner to his middleman.
I don't want to see a slingshot here, though.
Yeah, and a timeout called.
That's a smart timeout.
That makes me happy in my heart, Clay.
Yep. And, Dennis King just runs away. He's gone.
Yeah, he left. He's like the wind.
He just went to get water. He's back.
Oh.
And it should be worth noting that there have been a few pull shots on the right side of the table that went long. A couple things didn't go right otherwise, and we're at 4-4 instead of them having won the game. Also, that's not how you block a brush lane. That's a funky 5 series anyways. I'll read the rest of that here shortly. Putting the ball back into play.
Looking to send it to a third game. Tiffany.
Why is he not just setting up?
China got, I guess, fortunate there.
Yeah.
Game number 3. Donaldson and Tiffany wanting to take it to a second set. Davis and King looking to hold on. And this is always the fun part, Clay, at this level. How deep is your toolbox? What do you do? What can you do? Can you adjust? Can you just camp on that pull side, Mike?
Yeah. I mean, literally, you take your right hand and shove it against the wall.
Yeah.
And then guard the rest of the goal with your left hand.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, you got to do something. You can't just keep giving him free push signs.
But I think, and that's the key to getting better in the experience that you play. Like, obviously, you and I up here see that and could probably figure that out in the course of a game because we play a lot, et cetera, as that's almost slides in.
Yeah.
But that's something that you just get from playing beautiful slider into the corner, the hole up, 2-0. 2-0?
That's a quick pull side rollover.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. I was extemporizing, and all that happened. I'll just get to the chase. Let me get to the punchline. The point is, you build up the synapses and start being able to do that on the fly. Adjusting. All right, 2 for 2 back there, 3-0, and just like that, they pull within 2 of championship point.
And if you're on that side of the table there, you got to call a timeout.
You got to call a timeout.
You should have called one after 2-0. That's a very quick 2-0.
Yeah.
And for the record, I am a supporter and a practitioner of the Tom Your timeout.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And especially at 3-0. And you know what? If the rollover's working too good, change to a pull shot.
Well, he might have started camping. Timeout called. It's only the first one.
He doesn't know. He didn't even set it up to look.
Yeah, I know.
So that was my attempt at sarcasm.
No, I agreed. I was agreeing with you. I was sarcasming with you.
I was talking to the letters.
Oh, them?
Yeah.
Who cares
Them.
what they think? Just kidding. Yokes. 3-0.
Toe out for lane, back for wall. You know what? That's something that nobody ever actually taught me, but I just kind of noticed and started doing. What is that? I agree, by the way. I just don't know why.
It's a cover more space or something angle area. I saw that match that he's talking about, too. As he puts that away, 4-0, it is championship point. And you're right. They did do a switch, but to no avail. But, yeah, that's the thing. 2-0, you have to take your time. I don't mean that literally. It's your time. Take it. Adjust to the rhythm. This is a big hill for them to climb, Clay.
Alex has done his part. He's passing and shooting. And Mike Donaldson there in the back. Just, I don't always say much about defense. I think defense does its thing. And clearing is what I usually say is more important. In this match, it's actually been a defensive issue.
Yeah.
You got to block that pull side. I think Alex can score from the back here, too. And I say that based on our pickup games on Thursday. This is second timeout.
Three-0 timeouts can leave an opponent salty.
Yeah, He's talking about when you're the offense. You're up 3-0. You score. You're up 2-0. You score to make it 3-0, and you call a timeout. Take that first timeout. Yeah. Welcome back.
Hi. When did you get here?
Oh, he's trying to get a third timeout again. Look at that. He said, we got one, you got both. And he said, no, you already got one.
I don't think that was intentional.
No, of course not. I'm being silly. I don't think.
Championship point. Quick shot attempt.
There are certain things that you will see years into the future when you watch your old matches and go, oh, my God, why did I do that?
Mm-hmm. All righty. Coming back to this one. Slingshot. Pulls within 2.
The switch on the left side of the table. It's been working.
Yep. Donaldson has been stealing and getting it up there. But King now has the opportunity to put this one away again. Championship point for King and Davis. Pull shot position. And he buries that and puts it away, and there you have it. In 3, Shari Davis.
We're the kings. You guys are the queens. So sorry.
Well, that's not how that works, Shari, but
Anywho, well, this is her second calendar year. Shari Davis and Dennis King, rookie doubles champs.